At the plate, designated hitter, number 16, Miguel Pena.
Hey, everybody, welcome back as we get baseball back underway after about a 3-hour rain delay. And my apologies, too. I guess life is just a bunch of lessons. And apparently, YouTube did not like about 3 hours of copyrighted music and shut down our initial link. And thank you very much for the gentleman who texted and said, hey, man, can you get us a link back up? I did not know that it did not give me a notification. So I appreciate it. That's exactly what I did, and hopefully you are now on board. Watching the resumption of play, Pasco-Hernando and Wallace, Dothan. When we left, there was one away, couple of base runners on. Miguel Pena at the plate with a 2-0 and now a 3-0 count as a strike is delivered. And a new pitcher. It is no longer Braden Rapp, but it is Grant Hodges who is on the hill. Now there is some inclement weather around, and we are hoping that we can get through this little inclement weather currently, and once that clears, we should be good for the rest of the night. Well, I probably shouldn't say that. I think I've said that in games gone by and jinxed it. Well, maybe we'll be good for the rest of the night. Eduardo Morales on deck. That is sent foul towards right field. So we are back, and hopefully you are too. As we get coverage back underway. From Troy University, Miguel Pena has walked a couple of times. Count is full, 3-2 offering. It is popped up. Left side over into foul territory will go Caleb Scott, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
Catcher, number 17, Eduardo Morales.
2 gone for Eduardo Morales. Daryl Castillo moving to the on-deck circle. A little bit inside with the pitch to Morales. Morales with a fly out and a strikeout. By the way, for those of you who have found the new link, tell friends that you know are looking for the same link that it is now available. Popped up right side and in foul territory, giving it a chase to Shimer. Grounded right back to Hodges. He'll go over to first, get Morales on the 1-3. Couple of runners stranded. We are back. Baseball at Riddle Pace Field. We head to the 5th on JockJive. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski.
There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off for Wallace, third baseman, number 8, Caleb Scott.
First pitch, top of the fifth. Scott wrapping it over to short. Jordan will field and go to first. And there's one away for Evan Taylor. Evan Taylor, the 9-hitter, popped out to center field in the second. Makai Buckley moving to the on-deck circle. Well, I guess there, as I mentioned, is a reason for all things. Popped up to Colin Wright. Taylor goes out. We've got baseball going on in Oxford, Alabama as well. D1 ACCC championship action. And Tim Altork, who's doing the play-by-play, just texted me and said, man, we're going into a rain delay. Anything I need to do in particular? And I said, turn your volume down. Don't want to make the YouTubers unhappy. Makai Buckley to the plate. But our apologies for having to create a new link. But grateful for our viewer who let us know and had just enough time to get that new link created and do all the stuff you got to do to get it ready to roll before the first pitch of play resumption. Holden Wade, the new pitcher. Starting pitcher Riley Fisher will come out of the game after 4 innings of work.
Second baseman, number 3.
And you got a base runner on as Makai Buckley is given a 2-out walk. Anthony Zarzana to the plate. Yes, it is a little overcast. Yes, it is a little ominous looking. But in taking a look at the radar, if this stuff will get past us and we can get to about 6:45, I'm thinking we might be okay. Dario Castillo, Clay Thompson, Braden Durfee. When you get to the bottom of the fifth, Zarzana has popped out and ground out. He's 0 for 2. Popped out to first, make that to right in the first, and ground out to short in the third. That is popped up, and we'll get out of play to the right side. Right around 3:12, the rains came. And we resume play at 6:20. So about 3+ hours of rain. But we have an artificial turf. So standing water was not an issue. One hop to second, fielded by Habuda, goes to first. Zarzana will ground into the 4-3. One runner stranded, nobody scores. Bottom of the fifth coming up with the bottom of the order coming to the plate.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the fifth gets underway. Bottom of the order, Daryl Castillo, Clay Thompson, and Braden Durfee. 2 up in the inning as well. 5-1 ball game. To recap, Wallace Dothan got a run in the first. Hit batsman J.T. Thigpen, driven in by Kason Gleaton's double. And then Pasco-Hernando picked up a couple of runs in the first and second, and a run in the third. The 2 runs in the first were Thompson and Durfee. In the second, Durfee and Cruz. In the third, Cole. And is lifted out of play, foul.
Please return all foul balls to the first base dugout.
But again, and I will end my references to the weather delay and the creation of a new link. But again, it teaches you a lesson. Good thing. Here's the bad part. Gives you time to do what I accuse my wife of doing, shopping. Bought stuff online. I don't need to be doing that. We do not need weather delays because I've become poorer and buy stuff I probably don't need. Castillo ripping it down the line, but foul towards right. Top of the order, Clay Thompson, Braden Durfee. 2 up in the inning, 2. That is popped up, and it will get out of play. Onto the netting above the fans. However, as a fan, don't be deceived. There is a spot right at the top of the net where it meets the awning. And there's about a foot for that ball to drop through, and it has. Castillo is flown out and doubled. The double drove in a run and brought in Anthony Cole in the third. Out will go Castillo to begin the fifth. Grant Hodges in after Braden Rapp worked an inning in the third, faced 10, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. And he will give up 3 hits and allow a single run in his tenure on the bump. And hand it over to Grant Hodges. Into the strike zone to the top of the order, Clay Thompson. Braden Durfee to the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Braden Durfee moving to the on-deck circle. Thompson has doubled, popped out to short, and walked. While we were away for the rain, Southern Union captured the ACCC D1 softball title, knocked off Coastal South by a final of 8-2. So congratulations to the Bison as a walk is given to Thompson. And he will go down to first.
Left fielder, number 20.
And play got underway in Oxford, as I mentioned, there in a rain delay now, but Wallace, Hansville, and Northwest Shoals playing in Oxford. Oxford trying to get 3 games in tonight. I don't think it's going to happen because of Mama Nature. They hopefully now will get 2 games in. Durfee has singled, walked, and struck out. But the issue with the baseball in Oxford, the D1 ACCC, is they're playing at Chakalaka, which is a very busy park that starts the high school state championships on Monday. So I don't know what to do. I guess go to another field. Jacksonville State has a field there in Oxford, Alabama. Maybe that's where you go. Durfee has had a heck of a series. And in this one, 1 for 2. Off and running is Thompson. Throw going down, and he slides right into it. Zipped down by Clyde. So 2 gone for Braden Durfee.
Hey, way to get him off the path. Go.
Top of the 6th, Thigpen, Gleaton, and Wynn for Wallace Dothan. A little bit outside with the offering, and the count goes even at 1. Grant Hodges, 10-2 on the year. A couple of times out of the pen, 4 complete games. 65 2/3 innings of work. 52 hits given up. 22 runs, 17 earned, 23 walks, 60 strikeouts. 3 home runs allowed, a 2.33 ERA. And is popped up to the right side. Looks like Drew Shiver's got plenty of room. He makes the catch. And with Thompson caught stealing, it is a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the 5th.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
First pitch, JT Thigpen wraps it to right, and there for the catch is Anthony Cole. One pitch and one away in the top of the sixth. Casey Gleaton to the plate. Gleaton has doubled and walked. First pitch into the strike zone. Blake Wynn moving to the on-deck circle. Cruz, Jordan, and Habuda. When we hit to the bottom of the sixth. Gleaton's double drove in JT Thigpen in the first, who had gotten hit by a pitch. And then walked, but was taken off the base path when Jackson Klein trying to sacrifice him over and ground into a 1-5. Strike three on the inside part of the plate. 2 up, 2 gone.
Designated hitter, number 7, Blake Wynn.
That's got Blake Wynn coming to the plate. Holding Wayne a 2.14 ERA. 4 wins, no losses, 19 appearances, 33 2/3 innings of work. Gave up 19 hits, 8 runs. And all 8 runs earned. Win with a fly out and a walk, grounds it foul towards first. Jackson Klein coming to the on-deck circle and hoping to come to the plate here in the 6th. But that will have to wait until the 7th. Out will go Wynn, 3 up, 3 down. In the top of the 6th, we head to the bottom of the inning. Cruz, Jordan, and Habuda coming up.
Bobcats, first baseman, number 5.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Fano, Cruz, Grant Jordan, and Bryce Habuda 2 up in the inning. Resumption of play happened at 6:20, 25 minutes ago. After a 3-hour-plus rain delay here at Riddle Pace Field. When we wrap up coverage here, if you want to check out the games in Oxford, hopefully they will be out of their rain delay. But we want to keep you here until this one wraps. A little bit outside. Also coming up over the course of the next 7 days, we will have the South District D1. Best 2 out of 3 next week in Oxford, Alabama. Fano Cruz 0 for 2. He's popped out, struck out, and walked. Also scored a run. Able to get a piece of it and stay alive. Grant Jordan on deck. And I mentioned the baseball coming up this summer. Think of us as kind of like an alternative sports channel. So if you're clicking through ESPN and CBS and Fox Sports and can't find anything, go, hey, what about those JockJive guys? Might have something on. Well, this summer, I mentioned all the baseball, Showcase Series, World Series events. Also got some football coming up this summer. And some baseball at Truist Field in Atlanta. Swing, miss, drop, picked up by Clyde. He'll go down to first. Dropped out of the mid of Gleaton, and on is Cruz. So that will be a drop, strike 3, and an E3.
Shortstop, number 8, Grant Jordan.
Tall with the toss, but still retrieval. And you got a base runner on with nobody gone for Grant Jordan. Jordan has walked, double, and single. Innings 1, 2, and 4. A .349 hitter, 36 RBIs. .25 walks, 21 strikeouts. That is driven towards left field. Drops in as a base hit for Jordan. And a couple of runners are on. Bryce Abuda next.
Second baseman, number 1, Bryce Abuda.
Abuda has walked, struck out, and ground out 0 for 2 in the game. Well, I am continuing to see folks finding our new link. Great to have you back here in the resumption of play following the rain delay at Riddle Pace Field, which apparently originally was not just a baseball site, but it was a football site too. And from what I understand, it was right next to either dorms or admin buildings, and they had an issue with broken windows for many years. And if you have not been on the campus of Troy University, this is an ever-expanding campus. Gorgeous facility. At one time, I want to believe they had one of the biggest student bodies of any college when you considered all the branches. It is hit into right field by Abuda. And Pasco-Hernando loads it up.
Right fielder, number 9, Anthony Cole.
And we come back here to Troy University, I think 3 times in June, twice with the ALA-BCA showcases, the upperclassmen, the underclassmen, and once with the showcase series. All loaded up for Anthony Cole. Cole hitting .294. 41 RBIs. In this one, he's got an RBI in a 1-for-1 performance. A little bit outside with a pitch to Cole. Well, and you know the odds. If a team loads it up with nobody gone, typically a run comes in. Cubs trying to beat those odds, though. Rolls away from Clyde, fires Well, then lost the ball, planned on firing. Over to third, it just slipped out. It's a wet turf still. It's a wet baseball. After all that rain. Let's see if my iPhone weather app will tell us how much rain we've had in the last 24 hours. It says a couple of inches. I was thinking more. Miguel Pena to the on-deck circle. Here is the 3-1 offering to Cole. He will drive it towards the gap between short and third, brings in Cruz. Rounding the corner is Jordan. He'll come in to score 2. Throw will go to the backstop, and in will come a third run. To third goes Cole.
Come on. Right field. He wasn't even in the path.
So it's a base hit that brings in 2. It's an error that brings in 1. Cole will go to third. And let's see if I can go back and see what happened to Client. And here's where it apparently occurred. Collision with Jordan. Goes down, stays down, up now though. Three runs in, the lead goes to 7.
Miguel Pena.
And Miguel Pena coming to the plate. He's walked twice, popped out once. And just a toss or two to make sure Client is good to go. Eduardo Morales to the on-deck circle. Pena walked in the first, walked in the third, popped out to third in the fourth. And apparently the wristband of Client not working. A lot of technology now in the ear of the catcher, on the wrist of the catcher. And apparently the collision did some damage to the wristband, and coming over is Caleb Scott to go here. Take mine. I fully expect, speaking of technology, one day for there to be some lasers or whatever would work to be able to call balls and strikes at the plate without the use of an umpire. And as a matter of fact, they're doing that in the minors, I guess, testing those kind of systems. Pena with a swing and miss to even the count at 1. A 209 hitter on the year. 8 walks, 9 strikeouts. One extra base hit, a double. That is sent towards left field. Tagging is Cole, coming home and scoring. And Client has another collision. And now the appeal to third to see if he left early.
Catcher, number 17.
He did not the run plates. It's a 9-1 lead. So Pena will pick up the RBI on the sacrifice. And Eduardo Morales coming to the plate. Morales has flown out, struck out, and ground out. 0 for 3. Dario Castillo to the on-deck circle. Popped up, center field, charging in. Mekhi Buckley backs off. In will drop in, and a single for Morales. That is hit number 1, 2, 3 in the inning and 9 in the game.
Third baseman, number 10, Dario Castillo.
Check that. 4 in the inning, 10 in the game. An old friend has visited us, the sunshine, before it parts ways and heads west. Briefly, I mention it and it goes. Must be shy. Dario Castillo, 1 for 3 in the game. Doubled in a run, struck out, and popped out. Over to first goes the throw. Safely back is Morales. 1 out in the inning on the sacrifice. Pena, a productive out that brought in a run. Lights coming on here at Riddle Pace. Swing and a miss by Castillo. Castillo hitting .301. He is the 9-hitter in this game. Got to believe that he has not been the 9-hitter all year long because he has more plate appearances than any other Bobcat. You typically don't find that at the bottom of the order. You find it at the top of the order. Back to the screen by Castillo. 196 plate appearances. One more than Fano Cruz, who is the 3-hitter currently. Fouled back up against the screen by Castillo. Client, Shiver, and Scott. When you get to the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. First is occupied. Castillo becomes out number 2.
Center fielder, number 7, Clay Thompson.
2 gone for the top of the order, Clay Thompson. Thompson with a double, a fly out to short, a walk, and a walk. Innings 1, 2, 3, and 5. Back to the plate here in the 6th. And we'll send that one foul. One ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. Got a base runner at first. Morales over on bag number 1. Outside with the pitch. Well, I thought if we could get to about 6:45, we would be clear of any nasty weather. Still got some Clouds drifting around that don't look particularly friendly. As that hits the outside part of the plate. Braden Durfee to the on-deck circle. They got a sixth inning shout out to the rain. Tomatoes are flourishing. Thank you very much for the shout out, and thank you for watching. As that one is driven into center field, it'll be a base hit for Thompson. On his way to third is Morales, and headed to second. Sliding in safely is Thompson.
Left fielder, number 20, Braden Durfee.
Braden Durfee coming to the plate. I don't know about the tomatoes. I have tried to grow tomatoes. Now listen, I'm not a gardener, not a green thumb guy. I don't even care for it, really. It's manual labor. But just never had much success with the tomatoes. Now I can plant stuff the wife tells me to plant. Looks pretty puny, and then you plant it, gets rain, and it's good. There is a shot by Durfee into right field. It'll bring in Morales. And we are back to the guy who started off the inning, Fano Cruz.
First baseman, number 5, Fano Cruz.
It is great people garden. It's just not me. Grew up in a family that wanted to do that, and if you've shelled peas till your thumbs are sore, if you haven't, you don't have no idea what I'm talking about. If you have, then you know you like how it tastes, but you don't like fixing it. That is Cruz fouling the pitch off and prompting Durfee to return to first. Thompson stayed put over at third. Durfee with a single in the first, a walk in the second, struck out in the third, flew out in the fifth. And a single here in the sixth, hands it over to Cruz, who has popped out, struck out twice, but on one of the strikeouts, the one that began the inning reached and eventually came in and scored a run. Grant Jordan to the on-deck circle. Strike delivered on the inside part of the plate. Client, Shimer, and Scott, that is 6, 7, and 8 in the Wallace Dothan order when we get to the 7th. Inside with a pitch to Cruz as Durfee takes off for second. And a couple of base runners in scoring position. That is slapped in the direction of right center field. Buckley on the run, catches up with it on the warning track. 2 runners stranded, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs come in. And Pasco-Hernando takes a 9-run lead into the 7th. Top of the 7th gets underway. Jackson Clad starts it after a 6-hit, 5-run 6th inning for Pasco-Hernando, in which they sent a total of 10 to the plate. Clad 0 for 2 in the game. That is a base hit. Got it just inside the chalk and right between third baseman Castillo in the bag. And on is Clad with a double.
Right fielder, number 6, Drew Shiver.
Third hit of the game for Wallace Dothan. Drew Shiver coming to the plate. Shiver has ground out to first, hit into a double play, 0 for 2. Shiver, a 306 hitter on a 301 hitting Cubs squad. On the inside part of the plate to Shiver. A little bit of everything. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. Off the screen to run the count, 0-2. Just a little bit high with the offering. Shiver out number 2 in the 2nd. And accounted for outs 2 and 3 in the 4th with the DP that went 4-6-3. And there is out number 1 in the inning, the strikeout of Shiver. That is K number 3 for Holden Wade.
Third baseman, number 8, Caleb Scott.
His predecessor, Riley Fisher, worked 4 innings, faced 16, struck out 2, walked 2, gave up 2 hits, a run, and a hit batsman. Dribbled towards first, but foul. Caleb Scott with a double and a ground out to short. 1 for 2 in the game. Evan Taylor moving to the on-deck circle. That is chopped right back to Wade. He'll go to first. And safe. Boy, kind of lobbed it, didn't get anything on it, and you got good speed in Scott. Able to get aboard.
Shortstop, number 2, Evan Taylor.
And that, by the way, is going to be scored as an E1. So Scott reaches on the error while Clad goes to third. A little bit inside with a pitch to Evan Taylor. Makai Buckley to the on-deck circle. 9 time in Riddle Pace Field. Or at least about to be. Got a roughly 7:29 sunset. On the inside part of the plate to Taylor, top of the order. Makai Buckley on deck. 7th inning begins with Grant Jordan for Pasco-Hernando. On the outside part of the plate, count evens at 2. Two offering. Ground foul in the direction of third. A little bit inside to run the count to 3-2. It is full. Finals in the majors in 11. Braves beat the Pirates 3-2. Cards knock off the Nationals 4-2. A's 11-7 over the Yankees. That was 11-7 over the Yankees. I think I'm doing a little too many games. Making for a scratchy voice. And you got a strikeout of Evan Taylor. And that other final was the Rays beating the Brewers 3-2.
Center fielder, number 1, Makai Buckley.
Everything else in the majors is in progress. Speaking of in progress, I got some bad news for you. As I mentioned earlier, I can see towards the city, towards the retail. I'm pretty sure that is rain there. And if it's moving, I guess, north, it's headed our way. Ground to short, picked up by Jordan, goes to second, and takes care of Caleb Scott and the top of the 7th.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Well, guess what? It is raining again. And the tarp is out onto the turf. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th, and let's get you updated on numbers in this game. There you go. Going into the bottom of the 7th, 12 Pasco-Hernando hits, 10 runs, 1 error. Wallace Dothan 3 hits, 1 run, and 1 error. Wallace Dothan stranding 6. Pasco-Hernando has left 11 on. So we got 55 minutes of baseball in and the rain's back. And how long the rain stays, I do not know. Here's what I do know, though. We do not keep volume up. We will turn things quiet so that we do not do any infringing on any copyrights whatsoever that might kill our link. And looking at my radar on the iPhone weather app, there has been a thunderstorm moving up from the Florida-Alabama line that is coming through, and it looks like behind it, at least for the moment, should be relatively nice. So maybe we won't have a 3-hour delay, and maybe when we do return with the baseball, we'll be able to get the rest of the game in. Bottom of the 7th, another rain delay, and new tactics for us, compliments of lessons learned. We'll pan down the audio, let you watch, and we'll be back when play resumes on JockJive.
Shortstop, number 8, Grant Jordan.
This time back much quicker, not a 3-hour break, but there is still a lot of ominous looking clouds on the horizon. So let's see how much playing time we get in with a new pitcher, Walker Altman, on the hill for Wallace Dothan, facing Grant Jordan, Bryce Habuna, and Anthony Cole here in the bottom of the 7th. 10-1 ball game. It is my understanding that a mercy rule is not applicable. So though the lead is 9 and it could go to 10 if Pasco-Hernando scores in the bottom of the 7th. But that is not applicable in games 2 or 3 in the series. Now, if some consensus between coaches happen, maybe so. As Jordan grounds into the 5-3. But I have not been told of such, and I kind of doubt it. If you're Wallace Dothan, you're not going to give up. So you want the 8th. You want the 9th. So I really don't think you would get that kind of consensus. Into the strike zone to Bryce Habuna. Walker Altman, 3 2/3 innings this year, all as a reliever. 1-1, 16 hits given up, 13 runs, 11 earned, 11 walks, 15 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed, a 7.24 ERA. Ground to short, fielded by Taylor, goes to first, and Altman's got a couple of outs.
Right fielder, number 9, Anthony Cole.
Got a final up in Alabama. Wallace Hansville has knocked off Northwest Shoals 7-2. And Northwest Shoals has been eliminated from the tournament there in Oxford, the ACCC D1. Wow. Bat out of the hands of Anthony Cole. And, you know, the embarrassing part about that is not Cole. It is, to me, he threw the bat further than I could hit the ball. Miguel Pino on deck. Cole has popped out to right, doubled, walked, and singled. Driven in 3. And that RBI total now in 44 on the year. Two gone, nobody aboard. A little bit outside with the pitch. 2, 3, and 4 in the Wallace Dothan order when you get to the top of the 8th. Anthony Zarzana, JT Thigpen, and Kason Gleaton. That is sky high. And it comes plummeting back to earth, and Gleaton's underneath. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th on JockJive.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Leading off for Wallace, second baseman, number 3, Anthony Zorzana.
Anthony Zorzana to the plate. Beginning the top of the 8th, JT Thigpen and Kason Gleaton due up in the inning 2. A 9-run lead as we get the top of the 8th underway. Zorzana with a flyout and a couple of ground outs. 0 for 3 in the game. He will send that one into right field and a base hit. And Wallace Dothan with a base runner aboard to begin the 8th inning. JT Thigpen coming to the plate. Kason Gleaton to the on-deck circle. The Never Say Die Dothan squad with a base runner on in the 8th. And as I mentioned, more ominous clouds hanging over Riddle Pace Field. We are just hoping that they will contain their rain for a bit. Let us get our baseball in. A little pitch that got the outside part of the plate. I was about to say a little bit outside, but just nibbled on the edge, and the count goes to 0-1. JT Thigpen hit by a pitch, struck out, and flew out. 0 for 2 in the ball game. And has scored the lone run of the game thus far for Wallace Dothan. A little bit inside and run the count to 2-1. Fourth hit of the ball game, leadoff single by Zorzana, has a base runner on. Kason Gleaton to the on-deck circle. We started it all 5.5 hours ago, as that one is sent foul.
Ball down. That hair's heavy. Ball down.
Bottom of the 8th, Pena, Morales, and Castillo for Pasco-Hernando. Another one sliced foul and out of play to the left side. I mentioned the baseball in Oxford. I think they are trying to get one more game in, the winner's bracket game between Shelton State and Coastal Alabama South. What is that I see? Rain beginning to fall again. Checked his swing. Did he go and appeal? No, he did not. And down to first with a walk goes Thigpen.
First baseman, number 44, Kason Gleaton.
Couple of base runners on, and coach coming out to have a conversation with Holden Wade. And it looks like, based on that trail of Bobcats following coach, that the tenure on the bump done for Holden Wade. Got a new guy coming in, the new guy, when we return.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Top of the 8th, new pitcher Logan Waldschmidt. That is smacked in the direction of center field and will leave the park. Kason Gleaton. Deep center field, slaps it long. 2 Govs ahead of him. And it's a 10-4 game. Nobody out in the top of the 8th. Gleaton 4 RBIs now off a double and a home run. And that takes a noticeable bite out of the 9-run lead. Blake Wynn coming to the plate. Jackson Clyde, Drew Shiver due up in the inning 2. Holden Wade worked 3 innings, faced 14, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, and now we know a total of 2 runs allowed. Left with a couple of base runners on. And Waldschmidt giving up the home run means 1 of the 3 accounted for by Waldschmidt. Swing and a miss by Wynn. Wynn has walked, popped out, and struck out. Jackson Clyde to the on-deck circle. Kason Gleaton, the MVP in the ACCC Division II tournament, which was held about 10 days ago in Montgomery. And you see part of the reason why. Waldschmidt with a 5.13 ERA. Comes in with a 4-2 mark. Had only given up a single home run. That's the second one of the year. Has a save to his credit. Pitching to Wynn, and Wynn will fight it off. Count runs full, 3-2. Win the last out in the first inning, walked with 1 away in the 4th, and was the last out in the 6th.
Hey, let's go. Base it ball for kid confidence.
Here's the payoff pitch from Waldschmidt. It is outside, and he's walked.
Jackson Clyde.
Let's go, Jack. Let's go.
So another base runner aboard. And a runner coming in for Wynn. Yep, just wanted to make sure. Thought for a moment he might just be over to pick up some gear, but coming in is Jeremiah Blair.
Now batting number 5, Peyton Ryback.
Peyton Ryback, who is coming in for Client, and I would say it is safe to say we'll be catching for Client when we go to the bottom of the 8th. Inside with a pitch to Ryback. Ryback was the starting catcher yesterday for Wallace Dothan. Went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts, a ground out, and a flyout. Three runs in, a runner on. And still nobody gone in the top of the 8th.
You all right, Peyton? Lots of confidence here, kid.
Drew Shiver to the on-deck circle, bottom third of the order in the bottom of the 8th for Pasco-Hernando. But the Cubs in absolutely no hurry to head to the home half of the 8th inning. They want to be playing baseball tomorrow, and the only way to play baseball tomorrow is to win tonight. A Pasco-Hernando win would send them to Oklahoma. David Allen Memorial Ballpark, Enid, Oklahoma, for the Division II World Series. Count even at 2 on Ryback. He will drive that in the direction of left field. Sails all the way to the wall. It'll ricochet off the chain link. Picked up by Durfee. Couple of base runners on. But Ryback delivering with a double.
Right fielder, number 6.
Let's go. Hey, let's hit the next guy, too. Come on, bring him.
And coach has already indicated he wants relief for Logan Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt comes into the game, faces 3, walks 1, gives up a homer and a double. And he'll head to the dugout with a new Bobcat headed to the bump.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Hey, let's keep it going, Drew.
Still nobody out with a couple of base runners on in the top of the 8th. The new pitcher is Steven Rojas. Logan Waldschmidt faced 3, walked 1, gave up 2 hits. And is over the head of left fielder Braden Dupree. Win is in, right back's in. Cubs cut the lead to 4.
It ain't over.
Third baseman, number 3, Caleb Scott.
So we can wrap up the numbers on Waldschmidt. 3 faced, a walk, couple of hits, 3 runs allowed. Caleb Scott coming to the plate. On the outside part of the plate to Scott. Rojas with a .231 average. 19 appearances, 0-1. Had a total of 4 saves and 23 in the 3rd innings of work. 15 hits given up, 9 runs, 6 earned, 19 walks, and 34 strikeouts. And allowed a single home run. Scott is the 7th to come to the plate in the inning. Count goes even at 2. Scott 1 for 3 in the game, reached on a double, ground out, and then reached on an error. Evan Taylor to the on-deck circle. Just a little bit outside with the pitch. Scott doubled in the 2nd. That's outside, a walk given to Scott. And the tying run moves to the on-deck circle.
Shortstop, number 2, Evan Taylor.
Evan Taylor coming to the plate. Taylor with a couple of pop-outs and a strikeout, 0 for 3. Mekhi Buckley, the top of the order, to the on-deck circle. On the inside part of the plate to Taylor. Here is the 0-1 from Rojas. Showing punt is Taylor. Wide of the strike zone with the pitch, and the count evens at 1. Taylor flew out to center in the 2nd, to right in the 5th, struck out in the 7th. The 1-1 pitch on the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2.
Hey, y'all ready? I just want you to hit it now, baby. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Get through the RBI, baby.
On in.
Couple of base runners on. Scott at first, Shimer at 2nd. And the pitch is high for ball 2. Two offering. And it will stay 2-2 on Taylor. Taylor hitting .340 this year, a single home run, 19 RBIs. 29 walks, 26 strikeouts, and there is the 27th. So 8 at-bats into the 8th inning. And the first out is registered. Back to the top of the order, Mekhi Buckley. Buckley 0 for 3, high with a pitch from Rojas. Anthony Zarzana, who began the inning, is on deck. Inside with a pitch, 2-0 to Buckley. Buckley is struck out, popped out, and ground out. Walked in the fifth with 2 gone. And a shot over towards left field, but it is right to Durfee.
Second baseman, number 3, Anthony Zarzana.
2 outs for Anthony Zarzana. Zarzana, a .299 hitter on the year. 5 extra base hits. 3 doubles, a triple, a home run. Otherwise, singles in his 41 hits in those 137 plate appearances. JT Thigpen is on deck. And we'll get out of play. Across the street. I used to know what building that was. I'm going to have to look at it again. It seems like an international something. JT Thigpen next. Zarzana wants to give him an opportunity again in the 8th. That is sent over towards the roundabout. And it is 1-2 on Zarzana, who is 1 for 4 in the game. Singled earlier in the inning. 1-2 pitch. Did he go? An appeal? No. Down to first. Question asked, and Blue at first says no. Here's the 2-2 offering, too high, ball 3. Zarzana, the 10th to come to the plate in the inning.
And let's go, base hit ball 4, see?
Here's the Rojas full count pitch. It is ground towards short, fielded by Jordan, goes to first, and it's there for the out of Zarzana. Couple of runners stranded, but 5 come in. 3 on a Kaysen-Gleaton round tripper. And the Cubs are within striking distance as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off for the Bobcats, designated hitter, number 16, Miguel Pena.
We head to the bottom of the 8th. Miguel Pena to start it off. Eduardo Morales and Dario Castillo, 2 up in the inning. A 5-run top of the 8th has given the Govs hope, trying to hold the Bobcats in the bottom of the 8th and do it again in the 9th. Bobcats hoping to get back some of those runs. Pena has walked twice, popped out to third, and sacrificed to left field. And an RBI to his credit. And a very brief rain shower in between the top and the bottom of the 8th. Not enough to stop play. And here we are in the home half of the inning with the bottom third of the order. Coming to the plate. Pena to start it. 2-1 pitch. Too far outside, 3-1. Walker Altman came into the ball game in the 7th. Retired Pasco-Hernando 1-2-3. Jordan Habuda and Cole. And we'll walk Pena to begin the 8th. A runner aboard for Eduardo Morales. Morales 1 for 4. Has popped out, struck out, ground out, and singled. Scored a run 2 as part of that 5-run 6th inning.
Running for the Bobcats, number 3, Parker Galbraith.
And got a runner for Pena at first. That is Parker Galbraith. I believe we saw Galbraith as a runner in yesterday's game as well. Dario Castillo to the on-deck circle. Butt laid down. Fielding is Altman, and if he thought about going to second, changed his mind, goes to first. Sacrifice will get Galbraith into scoring position and go 1-3. One out for Dario Castillo. Castillo 1 for 4 in the game, had a double that drove in a run in the 3rd, otherwise has struck out twice, popped out once. Top of the order, Clay Thompson to the on-deck circle, and I'm seeing those showers begin again. Trying to get the game in now in a window that's 6 hours wide. It started at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and here we are at 8 in the 8th. 9th inning for Wallace Dothan has 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate. That is a base hit into center field. Galbraith given the green light. He'll come on home. And heading to second is Castillo on the throw that went to the bump. So Castillo with the RBI single that brings in Galbraith running for Pena. And we are back to the top of the order. Clay Thompson to the plate. This is Thompson's 6th plate appearance. Doubled in the 1st, popped out to short in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, and doubled in the 6th. Braden Durfee to the on-deck circle. Inside with the pitch, and the count goes 2-0. bit inside, 3-0. Got Castillo at second. And now walk given to Thompson.
The fielder, number 20, Brandon Durfee.
Maybe kind of a semi-intentional, unintentional walk. Didn't want to give anything to Thompson. If you put him on now, you got force outs at first, second, and third. But Durfee has been a dangerous hitter for the Bobcats. In this game, a couple of base hits, a couple of RBIs, and a couple of runs scored. And immediately, Bobcats will take that DP opportunity away. The throw from Ryback goes into center field, and in to score is Castillo to third, Thompson. One ball, no strikes on Durfee. Fano Cruz to the on-deck circle. Well, 90 feet away is potentially the 13th run of the game. Count runs to 2-0. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. Pasco-Hernando trying to rebuild the lead. And a shot over in the direction of right field. Scheimer will chase it to the bullpen and out of play. That will trickle away from Ryback, comes back and tags out Thompson. So Thompson thought that was going to get further from Ryback than it did. He's tagged out at the plate. And there's 2 gone, and I have lost my home plate camera, so give me a moment. Yes, a one-man band, but going to have to do a little IT work while you watch from center field.
Wallace, Big Pan, Blake, and William.
And a fly out to end the inning. My apologies, but as I mentioned previously, I'm a one-man band. So I had to run over to my home plate camera. Somebody had turned off power. It's back on, camera back on, and we head to the 9th.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. advance your career, and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Top of the ninth gets underway. JT Thigpen will start it. A couple of runs played in the bottom of the eighth. And the lead will go to 6. Wallace Dothan needing 6, needing an inning like the eighth to send this ball game to the bottom part of the inning and give them a chance to be playing tomorrow. It is ground to second, fielded by Habuda, goes to first, and Thigpen out on the 4-3.
First baseman, number 44, Casey Gluten.
Casey Gluten next. Gluten has doubled, walked, struck out, and homered. 4 RBIs, 1 run scored. And the Cubs now trying to rally with 1 away. Blake Wynn to the on-deck circle. And the count runs to 3-0. Well, it was Waldschmidt who gave up the long ball to Gluten. But all of the Bobcat pitchers knew the pitch that was tossed, that was knocked to the deepest part of the park, 400 plus feet away. And Gluten will be walked. And he will get a runner. That is Caden Tuck. So Tuck to run as pinch hitter Jeremiah Blair comes to the plate. Blair hitting 154, 26 plate appearances, 4 hits, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 5 walks, 14 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch on the outside part of the plate. Tuck running at first, pinch hitter Blair at the plate. There is strike 3 on the outside part. Peyton Ryback back to the plate, came into the ball game and delivered with a double in the 8th. Now coming to the plate with 2 gone as the rain begins to pour. Two gone on the top of the 9th. On the outside part of the plate. And you know the officials are going to try to get this part of the inning in before delaying play. That's an infield Peyton Ryback single. And you got a couple of base runners on.
Right fielder, number 6, Drew Scheiber.
Drew Scheiber is next. Well, in Alabama, they've just removed the remaining game tonight. As that is a wild pitch that goes to the screen, and runners will move up. Tuck goes to third, and Ryback goes to second.
Three strikes.
1-0 on Scheiber. Now, that's not the game that's in progress in Alabama, by the way, which is Shelton State and Coastal Alabama South, the winner's bracket game. It will go on. But there was another game supposed to be played. It will not. It'll be tomorrow morning at 10. If this had been any other part of the game, I think they would have the players in, but there's 2 gone in the top of the 9th in a 6-run game. It's a high pitch to Scheimer. And I think they just called the ball game.
It's almost over. Come on, Blue.
Did they call it or suspend play?
You let the coach say it's all time. Hey, the coach said you can play. The coach said you can
Well, they were about to bring the tarp out. All kinds of confusion. I think at least fans thought, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but fans thought the game had been called.
That's a visit, Blue.
You know, the rain has subsided, and Dash, who was going to bring the tarp out onto the turf, was told, hey, I think the rain has let up and we don't need the tarp. And then, of course, the coach crossing the line, constituting a visit, maybe thinking the game was over. And I guess it doesn't matter. He is going to send Stephen Rojas to the dugout and bring a new guy in regardless. So Mama Nature is wreaking a little havoc on a, what is it, Saturday? Yeah, I'm losing track of time. Saturday night of baseball. And we're going to get a little mound work, and I think we're going to get a new pitcher when we return. Well, tending to the mound and getting it in usable condition before the Bobcat pitcher returns, and we don't think it will be Stephen Rojas. At the moment, there is nobody near the pump. So let's see who actually makes his way to the hill. And to the Bobcat coach was out there going, well, heck, I will fix things for you. I'll help anyway. And raindrops beginning to fall again, by the way. So, will we resume play? We got definitive raindrops beginning to fall a little heavier. I'm looking over to the roof where I can see the puddling and thus see the raindrops and the effect they're having. And it is definitely getting a little heavier over on top of the roof of the dugout at third. So will this mound work be for naught? That, by the way, is Rojas, who is back. So So it looks like Steven Rojas is going to step back up onto the bump. When we get play back underway, there are 2 outs. The count is 3-0 on Shiver. Got a couple of base runners on, but the weather was having an obvious impact on the ability to deliver the baseball from Rojas. Caleb Scott moving to the on-deck circle, and there comes that rain. So Rojas stepped off the bump. They come out to bring the tarp. Rain subsides, fix the mound, and then Rojas steps back onto the bump and it starts raining again. And I know it's frustrating to player and coach and umpire and fans, but you know, what do? These are things that you just can't help. We have no control over rain and weather. We can just ask Mama Nature, do you mind backing off a little bit? You know, long enough to get the rest of the game in. Shiver 3-0 count. He doubled his last plate appearance and drove in a couple of runs. Otherwise, 1 for 4 in the game. And then rain letting up a little bit, so maybe we can resume play. Well, I'm seeing the plans in Alabama, by the way. The ACCC Division I, the current plans to play 2 games tomorrow, championship games on Monday at Jacksonville State. So you see, we're not the only ones impacted by the precinct. On the outside part of the plate, the Shiver. That'll go inside. He'll walk and the bases loaded.
Make it hurt, Scott. Make it hurt, man.
Caleb Scott coming to the plate. I have seen, it was not baseball, granted, it was softball, but it was junior college softball game. And as a matter of fact, I remember the teams, Wallace Hansville and Marion Military. Wallace Hansville with 2 outs scored 16 runs. It's not likely to happen, but it can. And the Cubs are hanging on to that it can hope. As the count goes to 2-1 on Scott. Evan Taylor to the on-deck circle. High pitch, 3-1.
Well, you swing at this, you're going to walk back to Dothan.
And there is a walk given to Scott that will bring in Gleaton's runner, Tuck. And that may do it for Rojas. And a new pitcher coming in, the new guy with the bases loaded to face Evan Taylor.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
A championship t-shirt.
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Jose Rogue is the new pitcher for Pasco-Hernando. Rogue, the freshman right-hander with a 3.38 ERA, 3-0 on the year, 21 appearances. He has 3 saves, 32 innings at work. Total of 18 hits given up, 13 runs, 12 of which are earned. 13 walks, 31 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed. And we'll step up onto the bump with the bases full in a 12-7 game with 2 gone in the top of the 9th. And there's another look at what Winter can do, man. Just hard for a pitcher to maintain control. Wild toss by Rowe. And great to have you still watching. If you've been watching since 2 o'clock this afternoon, you are a fan. You are either a diehard Gov or a diehard Bobcat fan. And it's great to have you and everybody else watching tonight with the bases loaded. And Evan Taylor coming to the plate, taking a pitch a little bit outside. In a game that began 6 hours and 22 minutes ago. Taylor with a couple of flyouts and a couple of strikeouts. And a couple of pitches missing.
We knew what you were doing.
And here comes Coach. Is it to get Rogue?
Hey, let the rain come down now.
It is. So Rogue throws a couple of pitches. Gets behind on the count and leaves. And there's the new guy coming to the bump, Isaac Palacio. We'll be back with more baseball from Troy, Alabama in 90.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
Hits a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
Isaac Palacios, the new pitcher. Palacios, a 4.33 ERA, 3-1. 15 appearances. There's a walk of Taylor and another run's in. And Taylor picking up the RBIs. We get back to the top of the order. And Mekhi Buckley representing the tying run here in the ninth. Buckley has struck out, popped out, walked, ground out, and popped out. Innings 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and now back to the plate in the ninth. Count goes even at 1. Palacios, 4 saves, 35 and a third innings. Ground to second. Picked up by Habuda, steps on the bag, and the ball game's over. Advancing of the Bobcats as they will finish on top in a marathon. 6-hour, 26-minute contest. And headed to Enid, Oklahoma to play in the World Series in Division II are the Bobcats. A great year for Wallace Dothan, the ACCC Division II champions will come to an end. Let's do it. Take one last look at the final numbers in this one. 8 gov hits, 2 errors committed. They will leave 11 on. Played 8 runs, get a run in the first, and then started scoring in the 8th. 5 in the 8th, and picked up 3 in the 9th. Meanwhile, 13 hits, 1 error committed, 11 stranded by Pasco-Hernando. They will get a couple of runs in the first and second, a run in the third, played 5 in the 6th, get 2 in the 8th. And the South District champions are Pasco-Hernando. The number 1 team in the country is headed to the NJCAA Division II World Series in Enid, Oklahoma. Thanks so much for watching. It's been great to have you on the other end of the coverage. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Looks like I'll have tomorrow off and head into Oxford, Alabama on Monday. Of course, we got 2 games Monday in the ACCC. I'll make that tomorrow in the ACCC Division I baseball. If you want to check that out, we'd love to have you aboard. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. I'll see you on Monday in North Alabama. For all of us with the ACCC Division II baseball and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.